What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the year. Welcome back to a brand new video. And we are here with a double upload for y'all. Actually, man, it's kind of rare that I do this, but I'm just in the mood to just record and dump out videos for you guys to listen to, because I know it's that time of the year where everybody's just feeding for Heat content because the training camp has started and season's gonna start soon. Preseason starts in less than a week. People are just excited. I'm excited. Everybody's excited. I know the whole Dame thing was not the best, but you know what? Like, we just roll with what we have. Like, you can't do anything about it now. It's just, at the end of the day, it's just we have what we have, and we have enough, like Spo says. So, just gotta make the most of what we have. And, in this video, we're gonna be discussing two players that I think could, solidify themselves as the new Miami Heat gems, if you want to call them, RJ Hampton and Cole Swider. So that's gonna be the meat of today's video. But before we do that, obviously you got to take care of some housekeeping stuff. Again, like I said, man, as the season starts, I'm going to be pumping out a lot of videos for you guys to listen to and watch, because I just feel like it's something that I really want to get back on my grind and keep uploading as much as possible as the season is starting, and even during the season. Like, I just want to go crazy. I want this to be the year where I take that big leap, and I want you guys to come along on that ride with me. So yeah, this is the year where I think I'm just gonna be laser focused on just pumping out 3 to 4 videos a week. Right now, doing a double upload for y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this one. If y'all have not listened to the last one where I predict the starting lineup and the bench of the Heat, go listen to that last one. Pause this, go listen to the last one, come back, listen to this one. And yeah, I think that was one thing. And the second thing I wanted to tell you guys was the fantasy league, fantasy basketball. If you guys are not listening to the last video, you guys won't be familiar with this, but I'm doing a fantasy basketball league with people, with anybody who listens to my videos. Like, any of you guys, honestly, like, if you guys are not subscribed, if you guys are listening, what are y'all doing? Just go hit that subscribe button, man. It doesn't take too much time. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below, turn on post notifications. But whether y'all are subscribers or not, obviously I want every one of y'all to be subscribed. But if you guys are on this video right now, if you guys are wanting to be a part of a fantasy basketball league, go click that link in my description or in my pinned comment, and it'll be very self-explanatory. You just gotta join. If you don't have an account for ESPN, you just got to create an account. It's completely free because it's on ESPN. So yeah, most of y'all probably have accounts if you guys are hoop heads, but yeah, all it takes is like an email address and a password. That's it. So yeah, if you guys are interested in a fantasy league, man, it's a 12-man league right now, but I could push it up to 20 depending on how many people are interested. So just let me know down in the comment section below if the link is not working, if you have any problems with the link, or if it's full. If it's full, then I'll increase the number of people for y'all to join. But yeah, that is the last thing I did want to tell you guys before we got into the video, which was gonna be, and it is, talking about two players that I think can be really, really good gems for the Miami Heat this season if they get their opportunity. Those players are none other than RJ Hampton and Cole Swider. Now, let's start off with RJ Hampton. RJ Hampton is somebody that the Heat signed. Is somebody that actually was eyeing the Heat, to be honest, and somebody who I think in his media day interview said it was Miami and only Miami. That's what he was aiming for. He only wanted Miami. He was working out in Miami. The Heat told him to work out in their facility and then see if they wanted to sign him. He did that, and he got signed by the team. And yeah, this guy is somebody who was a first-round pick back in 2020, played in New Zealand, same league as LaMelo. I think played against him, if I'm not mistaken. I think he played on the Breakers, the New Zealand Breakers, and has bounced around a little bit. Was on Denver, then was traded to Orlando in the Aaron Gordon trade. Then was on Detroit. So he's been all over the place, maybe for 3 teams in 2 years. And in those seasons, he's averaged 6 points per game, across all seasons, 2 rebounds and 1 assist, shooting 43% from the field. And this is a guy that the Miami Heat have taken a chance on, man. He's only 22 years old, and I feel like this is a very, very good under-the-radar pickup. Now, honestly, in Summer League, I watched him play, I think last year in Summer League when he was still with the Magic, and because I was expecting him to do good things with the Magic last year. But in summer league, he was just extremely disappointing, and I was just like, I'm not sure about RJ Hampton. Like I was somebody who watched RJ Hampton closely. If y'all don't know about me, I'm a hoops head, so I also watch college basketball very intensely, and obviously like I keep up with the draft process on my second channel as well. So RJ Hampton was somebody that I was so super familiar with. He had a ton of potential, but the big question for RJ Hampton coming into the NBA was he ready? I always thought he should have taken another year in New Zealand to get himself more ready, but he chose to come over to the NBA, which is, something that obviously I think he'll be happy with that decision because it got him paid early and he was a first round pick. I still think an extra year overseas would have benefited him because, again, I just think he was very raw. He wasn't polished, but I think Miami is a very good place to develop your game, and this is a guy who, and given opportunity, has put up stats, man. Has put up stats. Now he might not have the most eye-popping game because he's not the best shooter. Let me just say that he's not the best shooter. If you guys are expecting a sniper right now, unless he's worked on his shot, RJ Hampton is not, a severe threat from the three-point line. His game comes from slashing, playmaking, and getting to the rim. That is that's his bread and butter. That's his bread and butter, just plain and simple, is getting to the rim. And in Orlando, this guy put up this guy had a season where he, after he got traded to the Magic in that Aaron Gordon trade, in those last 26 games, he put up 11 points, and 3 assists in 25 minutes. So when given the opportunity, this guy's able to put up stats. Defensively, he's a little bit smaller, so he tends to get picked on. He's only 175 pounds at 6'4". He's a little bit scrawny, but he is very athletic. He makes up for that with the wingspan. And yeah, this guy can jump. He can jump for sure. Now, after Orlando, after that first year, the Orlando Magic drafted, they had Jalen Suggs. They had Fultz coming back from injury, not drafted. Yeah, Fultz came back from injury that next year, and that's when his RJ Hampton's minutes went down a little bit. Last season and the season before that, he didn't get as much PT. They already had a ton of guards on that team with Fultz, Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs being drafted there. It was just very tough for him to get minutes. He came off the bench and, his minutes steadily just kept going down with the Magic. In 2022, he played 22 minutes a game, and then in 2023, he played 14 minutes a game. And his numbers went down as well, seemingly. Obviously, if your minutes go down, so will your production. But you could still see the potential still there. And then when he went to Detroit, mid-season last season, he put up 7 points per game in 18 minutes. So. Yeah, man, I really do think that, when given the opportunity, RJ Hampton is somebody who's been producing. He's been producing for sure. And these are just counting stats. Even just watching the games, he is very raw. You can tell that his game is not extremely polished. And he relies very heavily on his athleticism, his physical tools to get him to the rim because he's very fast. He's very athletic. And yeah, he's just able to get to the rim. That's his biggest strength, in my opinion, is his ability to get to the rim, which is good because we lack those type of players who can get to the rim consistently on the Heat, man. We don't really have too many of those players. We don't really have a super fast or athletic team. We're trying to get that way, which is why we got a lot of the guys that we did, like Jay Rich and a lot of people like that. But in the past, we have not been like that for sure. So RJ Hampton is definitely going to add some versatility to this team and be somebody that we haven't had before. We haven't had somebody with his ability to get to the rim and his ability to finish in a while, like since I think Goran. So yeah, I feel like he's going to be a good ad. I feel like he's really going to be good. He's also a good playmaker. He's able to run the point, but he's also able to run the two. And his shot is improving. His percentages, I'm not going to lie, he's not the best shooter, but his percentage is improving. He's very good in that, that mid post area with the floater game and the mid-range game, free throw line. He's able to knock down free throw line jumpers. And again, man, he's especially even last season with Detroit, he showed signs of improving his jump shot. He wasn't always the best shooter, but when putting in the work, man, especially with that Heat development staff, I'm confident that they can turn him into a consistent knockdown shooter. Now, if he's gonna get minutes or not, I'm not too sure because again, we'll have to see. Spo doesn't really like to throw young guys in the fire like that, but I feel like he has a very good opportunity because he plays a position that this team does not really have the players in. They don't really have too many point guards on this roster, man. They have, they have Kyle Lowry, and that's about it. You know, they're gonna have to play Hero. They're gonna have to play Jay Rich, de facto, and man, I really do think that Miami has gotten themselves a gem here, bro. Because I wasn't a huge fan of him in summer league a couple years ago, but when they played him in Detroit after he got traded from Orlando, I saw a resurgence. I saw a new mindset, especially defensively. He was trying to take the challenge. He was trying to, you know, be a pest, even though he was overmatched for size. And offensively, his shot really did come around. Even though he's not a shooter, it did improve. So I think the Heat got themselves one. Like they always seem to find themselves one. I think RJ Hampton is going to be a solid player for the Heat for sure. Now we're going to come to Cole Swider. Cole Swider is the second guy we're going to be talking about. And Cole Swider is somebody who, again, is not as well known as RJ Hampton, because I think a lot of people knew of RJ Hampton before he even came to the league, because he was one of the only two high school guys who went overseas to play in New Zealand in that class. Like him and LaMelo both went over. So I think RJ Hampton was already pretty well known. Like if you were like a real hoop head, like you would know who RJ Hampton was. Cole Swider, not that many people knew of him, and I only knew of him in his last year of college. Honestly, like I had no idea he played at Villanova for 3 years. Well, I did have an idea. Let me backtrack. I knew he played at Villanova. I just didn't think he was going to be anything. He was just kind of one of those random guys on the bench for me. But at Syracuse, because I remember watching him in 2021, 2022, this guy shot like 41% from three in college in his last year. And then at Nova, he shot 40% the year before. This guy's a sniper. Cole Swider is a sniper. If you need any introduction to his game, you guys can look up any highlights you want to. He's a shooter, bro. This guy's the new Duncan, Strus. Like he's in that mold. He's in that mode for sure. The thing that I love about him, though, not just his shooting ability, he has size. 6'9", 220. He's bigger than Duncan, because Duncan, I think, is 6'7". Cole Swider has size, and he can shoot the ball. So I think the Lakers, I mean, obviously, like, they got some guys, but Cole Swider is somebody that I think they should have kept, bro. And I'm glad they didn't, because I feel like the Heat are about to turn this guy into a sniper. I'm not sure how many minutes he's going to get, because he's playing in a position where we have a lot of abundance of players at, where you have Caleb, you have Highsmith, you have Jaquez, you have Jimmy, you have Jovic. Like, it's not going to be easy for him to get run. But in those occasional games where we rest some guys, like Jimmy's not playing, like you could see this guy getting thrown in. And, you know, I remember one time, like when Max first jumped on the scene, Max against the Rockets went crazy that one game. It was when we had those like cotton candy jerseys. I just remember that he like dunked on John Wall. Like it's gonna be something like that, where like Jimmy and these guys are not playing, and you just throw Cole Swider in and he drops 20 points on, you know, 6 threes. Like I don't know, it just could happen. Like this guy's a sniper. On any given night, if he's on the floor, he's a threat to shoot the three and make threes consistently. He's only 24, so again, like, he's not super old, and bro, like I said, shooter. That is all you need to know about Cole Swider, is that he can flat out shoot that thing. And yeah, I feel like the two-way guys, or the two new additions that they got, the two young players that they got to kind of mold into gems, were very, very good key finds, man. You have a slashing point guard who can get to the rim, is improving his shot, and can play make. And you have a shooting wing, like a sniper, like a certified sniper who's 6'9", has height, has size. He can shoot over people. He's not going to get his shot blocked. He can get his shot off very easily. He shot 41% from three in college. They did their homework. The Heat always, they might not be the best at acquiring the big names, but when it comes to these gems, there is nobody that does it better than the Heat. Their scouting department is A1. So you got to give them a lot of credit, because I think they absolutely nailed these two guys. I think they're going to be studs for the Heat, whether it's now, whether it's in the future. Hopefully they get some time, man. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about these two players. I'll see y'all later.